Hello, I'm going to show you how to make the world's most easiest and tasteful ice cream cake. This recipe doesn't involve a lot of ingredients. All you're going to need is 2 boxes of ice cream sandwiches. Any flavor you want. You can go 2 flavors to make, because this is going to be a 2-layer cake. So you could have like a layer on the bottom that's one flavor and then a layer on the top that's a different flavor. You can go half and half, one side one flavor, one side the other flavor. This one I'm going all with one. I got Neapolitan. And I got 2 boxes of these, 12 sandwiches each. It's not going to use all of them, but we are going to use up most of them. Also, you're going to add some whipped topping. I got original. You can use original. You can use probably some low fat. I'd be hesitant to try non-fat because it probably won't be thick enough, because this needs to go in between our layers. And this is 8 ounces. I got 2 of these. It turns out the 2 8-ounce tubs was cheaper than the bigger tub, but your mileage might vary. So you're going to need, at least 8 ounces to do one layer and then 8 ounces to do another layer. Alright, one thing that I'm deciding to do this time around is actually adding some food coloring. My bottom layer is going to have green, my top layer is going to have pink. You can leave it white, I've done that before. You can also, just, hey, go crazy, use your imagination, come up with whatever color you want to see on the cake. Alright, so let's get started. You're going to take each ice cream sandwich and we're going to have to open it and we're going to start creating our layers. Now first I'm going to start with, my apologies. The pan size that we're using is a 9 by 13. You can use a casserole dish, you can use any kind of cake pan, but it needs to be 9 by 13. And so now becomes the process of having to unwrap all of these sandwiches and put them in and layer them all in to fill out the pan. Now if you notice, we have an arrangement 4 here, 1 here, and we got about a space for about another half of one. So yep, you're gonna have to take one of these and kind of break it in half and lay it in there to take up the extra space. There's our one layer. The other half of the sandwich, well, it's very important to eat this as a taste test to make sure that nothing is wrong with it. Very free. Now comes time to add our whipped topping. So for this, I'm just going to scoop it out. I do keep this, I put this to make sure it's in the fridge overnight to kind of soften it up, because it does help to spread it around. But this means that I have to do this cake in 2 stages. Because when I put this layer on here, obviously the whipped topping isn't completely firmed up, it's not frozen anymore. And so to get it to firm up, I'm going to be putting this cake back in the freezer, and tomorrow I will actually finish up by putting the top layer on of ice cream sandwiches and then the top layer of whipped topping, and then I'll also put on you can add whatever you want to the top of it to finish it off. You can use like your favorite candy, or you can crumble up some cookies or something like that. I do actually have a package of crumbled Oreos that I'm going to sprinkle on the top of this cake to finish it off. And as you can see, I've now finished putting all the whipped topping on and spreading it all out. So like I said, this now is going to go into the freezer to get it all nice and firm and cold, and I shall finish it up tomorrow and I will show you the finished product. Okay, it is now tomorrow and I have finished off the cake. I added the second layer of ice cream sandwiches, I added my whipped topping that I dyed pink, and I added some cookie crumbles to finish it all off. And now all I gotta do is just stick it back in the freezer. I said this cake does not take very long to put together, and it is very delicious. Special shout out to Brianne, who gave me this recipe. Also a special shout out to Davey and Melissa. They wanted the recipe from me, and so I decided, you know what, I just didn't want to make a recipe, I actually wanted to give a visual representation of how it comes together. So that's all. Thank you for watching, and enjoy.